Have you ever wondered how the influential personalities of our societies became so successful and well-known while most people live simple lives? This is one of the questions I spent most of my time answering in the last 5 to 7 years. Through research, trial and error, and adaptation, I was able to grasp principles that truly changed my life. I went from feeling I had little to no self-control about my productivity to working efficiently, taking care of my health, forging my character, and so much more. And now, I'm revealing my 3 best findings, which solved most of the problems I encountered around setting goals and take the necessary steps towards achieving them. The first and most important notion I want to dive into is forging your own life philosophy. I speak a lot about setting your priorities straight, but having a clear life philosophy is one of the most important things towards achieving your goals. I will go into the 3-step process of how to forge your life philosophy. One of the most empowering things I learned while researching this subject. The goal of having a clear and stable life philosophy is to feel satisfied with your journey while adapting your thoughts and actions to get through any obstacles life throws at you while living in the most mindful way possible. To develop a solid life philosophy, I suggest a 3-step process: research, test, and adapt. For the research step, you can simply start by watching YouTube videos about the big thinkers of our world. Other great resources from which you can get inspired are podcasts, audiobooks, and even real books. You can actually go buy or rent a book at your local library and start learning about the big thinkers and their big ideas about the world. I loved getting inspiration from these guys. Some notable mentions are Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors of Rome, with his book Meditations. There is also Steven Pressfield with his book The War of Art, which really resonated with me. Not to be confused with The Art of War. There are also modern thinkers in our world. There's Elon Musk, which gives us glimpses of his life philosophy through the various conversations he has with famous people. There is also one sentence I want you to not forget. It goes like this: don't forget to let yourself think and dream as big as they are. Let me repeat. Don't forget to let yourself think and dream as big as they are. This is one of the most common mistakes I see people running into when they try to achieve a lot, is that they don't give themselves credit. Elon Musk is one of the person that achieves the most in one single day, but he still has limits like you and me. So for example, if I was able to achieve 1/10 of what he did in a single day, I'd be very proud, right? So if he works for 80 hours per week and I spend 8 hours in one of the goals I want to achieve, he still has to sleep, he still has to eat. He gives himself the empowering thought that he can achieve a lot more. Day after day after day, he wakes up and he produces. He's not turning back. I could do a video about them if anyone is interested about these big thinkers. An easy way to go into the testing phase is to have a deep conversation with your close relatives. This is called exteriorizing. Internalizing can also be a very good way to test this new knowledge that you have. You can either meditate, you can journal, and you can also just try the principles in your life to see if it applies to you or not. The last phase is to adapt, which comes pretty naturally. You simply take what works and you dismiss what didn't. Now that you have a good understanding of your values, of your characters, and your motivations toward growth, my goal mastery blueprint, which goes into 4 steps. But first, let's make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel to get the opportunity to watch all my upcoming content. The first step is dream design, which is basically brainstorming, but really trying to put the finger on what makes you tick. On my hand, I could probably have lived my whole life without creating this YouTube channel, I would have quite a decent life, a good job, a loving family, nothing to be ashamed of. But I knew there would be a gap if I didn't at least try it. Like I say all the time, I have many dreams. Some are smaller and some are bigger than creating this YouTube channel. But the point is to have them pinpointed and written on a sheet of paper, or at least in your mind. The second step is motive mapping. At this point, you should have many different dreams and goals written down. Now I want you to think about what motivates you towards achieving them. A great tip that helps me a ton in this step is to think about motivations that are forces for good, like helping people reach their goals instead of trying to get rich. Step 3. Identity reframing. Now that your justifications are clear, I'd like to introduce you to identity reframing that gets you from a state of becoming to self-actualization. Like Maslow says, self-actualization is the intrinsic growth of what is already in the organism, or more accurately, of what the organism is. To make it simpler, self-actualization is the process of becoming the best version of yourself. By rephrasing your goals in this way, becoming healthy becomes being a healthy person. You go from a state in which you anticipate change into visualizing yourself already in this state. So stop trying to change. Just be this new, better version of yourself. Habit blending. The last step is habit blending. The goal is to determine what kind of habits someone in this state has on the following basis. By identifying the habits of this new, improved version of yourself, you will begin to notice changes in the short, the medium, and the long term. Last but not least, there is a unique concept that will assist you in monitoring your habits and ensuring you stay on track with them. It is called the 3-3-3 concept, which consists on reminding yourself about this new identity shift we have elaborated together every day for the next 3 days, after which you distance those recentering sessions a single time per week for the next 3 weeks, and so forth monthly. I strongly encourage you to do this exercise distractions-free and with something to write on. Just remind yourself about what you wrote in the blueprint, your initial dreams or goals, your motivations, the rephrasing of those goals, and finally, the habits that will help you get there. Thank you very much everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure to show you all this information today. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and make sure to comment below if you have any question, or if you'd like more resources or a part 2 of the video. Make sure to tell me if you want information on a specific topic. I'll see you in the next one.